Oh dear, another one. I think. Maybe just Aralu. Oh well, it should be a last. Okay, Aralu, that's fine. Let's talk again.
Hello, my clever child. We have met again, and I am pleased. Your people are so beautiful, so unspoiled. Your instincts are like perfume. Your motives a shimmering crystal.
Okay. Well, we're still
As
confused.
you know, we never revealed where in the galaxy one could find our homeworld. There was good reason. We are not from your space or your time. Some of you are more broad thinkers, refer to such realms as other dimensions. Though trivialized, this is a suitable metaphor for your intellect. Perhaps you know of the Ors, like us. They are dimensional travelers, but that is where our similarity ends. Do not trust the Ors, my human captain. They are dangerous. But as to your question, our relationship, to call our interaction with your kind an experiment, would be much too simple and impersonal. Let us just say that we have a vested interest in your development. You are one of our extended family, just as other sentients in other dimensions have their extended families. We are proud of you as you would be of your children. And someday, well, I have said too much already.
Okay, that's interesting. Anyway, can you give us any more information?
The carnate forces of Urquan and Korra are twined about the memory of pain. They respond to these words. Hold, what you are doing to us is wrong. Why do you do this thing?
That's the second source you can find out those words
Farewell,
from.
child.
Can't remember the third one though. Don't think it's a Melnorme, despite what you might think. Them being information brokers and all. Ah, here we are. Let's hope it's within range. Yes, it is. Let's hop dimensions then. It's green. Alright. In case you can't see, it doesn't cost any fuel to move about in quasi-space, which is what this green stuff is. And we're heading to what may be a very interesting place. A very useful place too. Almost there. Nice music.
Ha-ha! Our clever ward has found our nook in time. You are the first brave human. No others have made the trip. This is our home world, Falealarophyli, nestled safe in this true space eddy. The portal you pass through is a rarity, a natural point of interdimensional fatigue. We use these phenomena to speed our transit through the realities. We are wondering, have you met with the Umgar recently? We entrusted an injured talking pet into their care, and we were curious about its progress.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, no. So, what did happen at the end of the war?
Forgive us if we forget the importance you attach to such events as this. Our context is infinitely broader than yours in scope, both in space and time. Nevertheless, to please you, I shall try to recall. Yes, now I remember. Here is the sequence. The Urquan fleets have moved through your solar system, and you are defeated. Your people make the choice not to fight with and for the Urquan. A shield is cast about your world. Your people are now safe. This makes us happy. The Armada departs your star system and moves toward the remaining Alliance members, ourselves, the Cyrene, the Yehat, and their adopted Shofixti. The Yehat and Shofixti withdraw to Delta Gorno, but they do not permit the Cyrene to follow. We are content with the flow of events and leave the area to return here. From our perspective, this sequence of events ends here.
Well, what about the Urquan? What are they up to?
Soon after the Urquan defeated the Yehat and imprisoned the Cyrene and Beetlejuice, their siblings arrived to initiate the doctrinal conflict. This battle continues as we speak.
For some reason, some of his lines are much louder than others. What exactly have you been doing on Earth?
You desire honesty. It is given. We have visited your world for many thousands of years into your species' past. We have changed things, made modifications.
What did you change and modify on Earth, and why?
Our motives are multiple, our desires complex. Part of what we do on Earth is for your own protection. There are parasites, creatures who dwell beyond. They have names, but you do not know them. They would like to find you, but they are blind to your presence unless you show yourselves. The Androsynths showed themselves, and something noticed them. There are no more Androsynths now, only Ors.
This sounds creepy, please. Go on.
No. In a way, ignorance is your armor, your best protection. They cannot see you now. They cannot smell you. Much of our work with your people involved making you invisible, changing your smell. If I tell you more, you will look where you could never look before. And while you are looking, you can and will be seen. You do not want to be seen.
Sounds all rather Lovecraftian, you know? The only defense against Cthulhu and other similar elder gods is just not to ask questions. Just turn a blind eye. It's not worth knowing. You said you had much to give my people. Can you be more specific?
As you know, we live in a dimension adjacent to hyperspace, which we call quasi-space. Our ships move between these dimensions through weaknesses in the interdimensional fabric. Although many such weaknesses, or portals, exist which lead from our dimension, quasi-space, to various locations in hyperspace, there is only one naturally occurring portal which will transport a ship from hyperspace to quasi-space. We therefore find it convenient to generate our own portals artificially, with focused dimensional fatigue rays. As a sign of our long-standing relationship with your species, we would happily fit your vessel with a portal spawner of its own. But your ship is so massive, our units would be ineffective. However, we suspect you may find a sufficiently powerful warp pod, the key element in a portal spawner, in the wreck of the Urkhorn Dreadnought on the 7th world at Alpha Pavonis. Bring that warp pod back here, and we will prepare a portal spawner for your vessel.
Yes, so that's where you find out about it. And we've jumped the gun in that case. Well, not really jumped the gun, that's not the right expression. We're 2 steps ahead. Anyway, you mentioned a talking pet. How did you find one?
We are an endlessly curious species, and we spend much of our time on, how should I say, reconnaissance missions. During one such trip, we witnessed the crash landing of an Urkhorn Dreadnought on the surface of Alpha Pavonis 7. Normally, when an Urkhorn vessel is disabled, it automatically engages self-annihilation circuits to prevent other species from learning the Urkhorn's technological secrets. In this case, however, these circuits must have failed. The Dreadnought did not disintegrate on impact. We landed to explore the wreckage, and were amazed to find a survivor, a talking pet. As you may know, the Urkhorn use these non-sentient creatures for the task of interspecies translation, a task the Urkhorn find ultimately demeaning. The talking pet was severely injured, and we did what we could for the poor creature. But it grew clear that without superior measures, the talking pet would die. We turned to the Unga, whom we have known for many centuries. Their bioscience skills are far superior to our own. The Unga promised to do what they could and let us know how the pet fared. We have not heard from the Unga since. Perhaps, if you are traveling through their stores, you could ask them for us.
We tried that, they attacked us. Anyway,